mayor right here. Hey, how are you, sir?
How are you?
I'm doing well.
Okay. That's not going to be able to go inside. You bring your phone with you, but the tripod's going to stay
Oh, I have
outside.
to set up my camera.
Yep. Excuse me?
I have to set up my camera stuff.
Tripod's not allowed in there.
Why is it not allowed?
It's not allowed in there.
But why?
We always bring it to public.
It's not
meeting.
allowed in there. That's all I have to say to you. It's not allowed in there.
Okay,
You can't bring it in there.
Can you explain? We're going to public
I'm not
meetings.
explaining. I'm not explaining. It's not allowed.
Well, let's
in
use
there.
some
That's it.
intelligence. Let's speak with communication skills.
You guys want to come in, or you want to? You
Yeah,
want
but
to go?
we bring tripods to public meetings.
It's not going in this meeting.
But why is that, sir?
It's-
Can you
because
explain
it's
why
not-
that is?
It's not going in there. It's
But-
not. It's not
I
going
was
in
But
there.
why?
It's not
I
allowed.
was in the meeting 2 months ago, and I brought my tripod, and no one had a problem with
It's
it.
not going in now.
What's the statute?
So is
not
that have
going
been
in.
changed or?
I don't know. If this is the first time I've done one of these. So
So how do you
and I've
know?
been told-
Who told you that?
It's not going in. That's all.
Can you just tell me who
It's
told you
not-
that? Who gave you the authority to do that?
Excuse me?
You don't have that authority, do you, Officer Davenport?
Excuse
You don't have that authority, do you?
I have the authority to tell you that this is not to go in there. Yeah.
Who gave you that authority? That's what I'm asking you, officer. You're here to enforce the
Davenport.
laws, right? Not to enforce tripods. Policy.
Tripod's not going in.
But who gave you that authority?
Tripod's not going in.
I'm asking who. Can you call your supervisor here?
No, I'm not.
Why not? Why wouldn't you call your supervisor?
Because I'm not calling my supervisor. I don't need to call my supervisor.
I'm telling you to call your
Okay,
supervisor.
I don't care what you tell me. You can tell me this,
they
the
don't-
moon is blue.
Yeah, but why don't you just call your supervisor and you could de-escalate and he can de-escalate the whole thing and he can explain.
There's nothing to de-escalate.
Yes, there is. You are not acting very professionally or like a public servant right now. This is nothing dangerous about what I'm bringing in here. This is just a tripod.
It's not going in there.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Not going in.
You're not even telling me who
not
who
going
gave
in
you
there.
the authority. Who
It's
gave
not-
you that
not
authority,
going
Officer
in there.
Davenport?
It's not going in there.
Who gave you that authority?
It's not going in there.
I'm just asking you who gave you the authority
It's
to
not going in
exclude
there.
tripod. Where's the policy? Can you show it to me?
I'm not explaining anything to you. It's
But
not going
why
in.
wouldn't you?
It's not going in.
But why wouldn't you, officer?
Because I'm not going to.
I'm not understanding what you're trying to do here. You're trying to keep the press out?
Just keep it going.
Okay,
No,
but
I'm
are
not
you?
keeping the
I don't want to
pressure.
keep.
You can bring your little thing in. You're not bringing the tripod in.
But why?
Because you can't.
Because you just can't.
No.
That's your reasoning.
That's
Are there
it.
chairs
That's
in there?
the only reason.
Chairs are heavier than this. If there's chairs in there.
He's not even giving a
I'm not
reason.
worried. People are heavier than that.
What's the statute,
tripod's
Officer
not going in.
Davenport? What's the statute behind us not being able to bring our tripod?
You're law enforcement,
You're
sir.
not bringing it in. That's it.
There has to be a legal statute.
Are you a former NYPD officer like Kenneth Baker?
Don't worry about where I work.
Is that you were from?
Don't worry about. Where
Listen,
I
you
work.
need to calm down. There's no reason to be all
I'm not-
upset.
excuse me.
There's
Guys,
no reason
do
to
me
be
a
all
favor, move to the
upset.
side, please.
There's
Please,
no
please
reason to
move
be
to
all
the side.
upset.
Come on.
No. You don't need to touch my
Dude,
stuff.
don't put your hands on me.
I just
Don't
pushed your hand
don't
away.
put your hands on me.
I pushed your hand away from touching
Come
my
on, come on
equipment.
in.
That's all.
Excuse me.
You don't need to touch my equipment.
Put
I
your
just
hands on me again, and you're going to be out of here. Okay?
I just pushed your hand gently away from grabbing my equipment. That's all. You shouldn't be grabbing my equipment. That's all.
I didn't grab you. I moved your friend to the side. I didn't grab your equipment.
Well, yeah, you tried.
No,
you touched
no, I
me.
didn't. I didn't.
Yeah, for
No, I
sure you
didn't.
did.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I have it on video.
I don't care. I don't care.
You don't care about a lot of things, Officer Davenport. Officer Davenport, there's no reason to treat the members of the public this way.
I'm not treating you guys.
You
I think
are.
you guys are great. You do
the
your
camera
own
locker.
thing, but you're not bringing the tripod.
But why? You're not even answering
Right
why.
there, Aaron Fremar.
But you're not answering
Hey,
why.
could you do me a favor? Just move to the side so that people can come in.
Well, we want to come in.
You can, but the
Yeah,
tripod
let us
can't.
come in. Just step aside and let us come in.
You go ahead and go on in. I guarantee this is not going to go in.
But you have no authority to do that.
Great, thank you.
The only authority you have to keep my tripod out is going to use physical force. That's the only authority. I'm asking you to call a supervisor. You don't want to call a supervisor, Officer Davenport. What is the issue
I'm
here?
the person that's on duty.
You're not in charge of this building, Officer Davenport. You're not.
Listen, right
You're
now,
not
you
an
guys-
elected
you guys-
official.
you guys are interrupting
You're
me.
not an. I'm not interrupting anything.
Yes, you are.
You're not an elected official. You're not an okay. You're not an elected official. You're not an elected official. You have no authority to make rules of what comes in and out of a building.
Okay, I guarantee you.
Can you exclude
guarantee
people
you-
based on their color?
I can guarantee
Can you
you
exclude
this is
people
gonna
based
go
on their
on.
race? Can you exclude people from this building based on their race? Can you just make based on what you're telling me? You could make any rule.
You tell me.
You can make any rule you want.
Tell me. Yeah, I guess if you say so. If you say so.
But who? Can you just tell me who gave you the authority to exclude? Why not?
You keep talking. You keep
Why?
you're
It's
running
called
your mouth.
conversation.
Yeah,
No, it's not running mouth. It's
No,
called
no.
conversation.
You got your buddy videotaping me.
Documenting.
And I'm supposed to be, I guess, intimidated. You know, these guys doing
If
this.
you're
you know?
intimidated by a camera, that's it.
Trust me, I'm not. Trust me.
So
Good.
Trust me, I'm
Good.
not.
It's a good thing that you're not, Officer Davenport, because you shouldn't be. It's just the camera.
And
Nothing to
you
be
are.
worried
You're being
about.
you're being extremely polite, but you cannot bring that in. I'm trying to be polite too. I'm not trying to be rude. I haven't raised my voice at
Okay.
you.
All
I'm
right.
just telling you, you can't bring that.
It's just ridiculous, and you're not.
I know.
And it's ridiculous that you won't even say where you're getting this perceived authority, and you won't call your supervisor.
I'm not calling anybody.
It's not your policy of the Village of Cold Spring to call
I'm
the
not-
supervisor.
I'm not calling anybody.
I'm requesting a supervisor.
I'm not getting a supervisor.
So you're going against your policy.
I'm not going to give my policy.
It is your policy.
No, it's not my policy. For what? If I had a valid reason to call my supervisor.
The valid reason is someone is
No.
asking you, a member of the public is asking you to speak to your supervisor. That's a valid
It's
reason
not-
because you are trying
I'm telling
to.
you, you can't bring that in and get.
Oh yeah, of course.
Speak to supervisor. There's no need for me to call
Of
my
course, I'm not going to bring it in because what am I going to go? You're an
Right.
armed man. What am I going to? I'm a journalist.
please. Come on.
I'm not going to just go past
on,
you. Of
please.
course, I'm not.
Come
Because you're
on.
acting all tough. Like if you
not
weren't
acting
having.
tough.
Yes, you
I'm not
are.
acting
You're
tough.
saying you're not going to bring that in here. Of
You're
course,
not
I'm
gonna
not.
bring it in.
Of course, I'm not. But
Okay, so then why do we even have
but
a
if you weren't
conversation?
wearing that uniform, and you didn't have that gun, you wouldn't talk to me that way. But it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
You wouldn't.
if you say
You
so.
wouldn't.
If
You
you say
wouldn't.
so.
I know you wouldn't.
Okay, if you say so.
I'm just saying. I know you wouldn't.
Okay.
But Davenport, one thing you said is that you were being polite, and whether you're being polite or not polite, you're still shredding your rights. And you're
Excuse
not
me.
putting the statute there behind that.
Absolutely ridiculous. No filming behind this point.
Name and address for the record, or simply say decline.
I decline.
And we start the timer. Go ahead. Sir, are you speaking?
Yeah, I am. Good evening. My name is Sean Paul Reyes. I'm an independent journalist and owner of Long Island Audit, Inc. I want to be clear. I am not a resident of the village of Cold Spring. I do, however, pay New York state and federal taxes, which I'm sure the village has no problem receiving. I am here today to peacefully exercise my First Amendment right to petition my grievances to my government. Firstly, Mayor Kathleen Foley, shame on you. You were elected to serve the people of Cold Spring. Mayor Foley, you hired Kenneth Baker as a patrolman for the village of Cold Spring, knowing he was a disgraced former NYPD officer with 8 lawsuits against him, costing taxpayers over $300,000. Do you honestly believe that decision was in the best interest of the constituents? I think not. Truthfully, it sounds like you owed someone a favor. Secondly, when confronted publicly with this information by Leroy Truth Investigations, you doubled down. You treated Leroy with such disdain and had him thrown out of the building. Lastly, if all that wasn't bad enough, you are now censoring public comments on the village's social media, which I will remind you is illegal, Mayor, and will lead to the village being sued in federal court for First Amendment violations. I guess you don't care. You've already demonstrated you will employ a disgraced public servant with over 8 lawsuits against him for constitutional rights violations. Mayor Foley, ignoring the public's legitimate concerns regarding your hiring practices and Officer Baker's pattern of tyranny and corruption isn't going to solve anything. In fact, it will only hurt the village as this story becomes more prominent. I am sure tourists will boycott the village, costing you dearly in revenue. You need to step up and do your job. We, the people, demand that you fire Officer Kenneth Baker. He has no business serving the public in any capacity, let alone as a law enforcement officer. Fire him before he bankrupts the village of Cold Spring with another lawsuit. Choose your next steps carefully, Mayor. We, the people, are watching. Thank you.
Your comments have been entered into the record.
So are you going to answer any questions, Mrs. Mayor? Are you going to answer any questions? Why would you? It just doesn't make any sense, Miss Mayor. Why would you have somebody on your police department that is so boldly corrupt? You just don't care? You just don't care, huh? You don't care that he's violated multiple people's constitutional rights?